What I'm about to say will change the way you deal with disrespect forever. After reading this, you'll know why Carl Jung said that silence is the most powerful tool in the psychology of people. Pay close attention, because this information has been hidden for decades. When someone treats you badly, your first thought is to defend yourself and fight back. But Jung found something about people that changes everything. The person who stays quiet when they're being disrespected has all this psychological power. Listen carefully, because what Jung found out about the mind will shock you. Jung said, when someone talks badly about you, they're not really attacking you at all. Everything that bothers us about other people can help us understand ourselves, he said. The person who treats you badly is projecting their own shadow onto you, which includes their unresolved darkness, insecurities, and failures. Most people don't see this coming, though. Jung found that when someone is quiet, it makes the aggressor feel what he called psychological inflation. If you don't react or give them the emotional response they want, their mind starts to fall apart from the inside. They were ready for chaos, drama, and your breakdown, but all they got was a wall of calm that they couldn't break through. This is where it gets interesting. The next thing that happens is what Jung called the return of the repressed, and it's terrible for your attacker. Jung's studies of human behavior say that silence makes the aggressor face their own shadow. Since they can't feed off of your reaction, they're left to deal with the weight of their own poison. As Jung put it, becoming enlightened is not about imagining figures of light. It is about becoming aware of the darkness. They can't hide in the dark because of your silence. Wait, there's more to this than meets the eye. Jung found a deeper psychological principle at work here that will blow your mind. Jung found that people who treat others badly are actually looking for psychological safety. They want you to react because your reaction makes their own chaos seem real. If you don't say anything, you're not stopping their poison, so it will go back into them. People are being used as weapons in this psychological war. Here is where Jung's research really shines, and this is why this method works so incredibly well. Jung said, becoming who you really are is the honor of a lifetime. If someone treats you badly, they're trying to stop you from being your true self. In their mind game, they want you to stay small, reactive, and stuck. But your silence is your declaration that you don't have to live in their reality. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Jung said about people, which is a big part of why silence is so scary for people who treat us badly. You show that you fully accept yourself when you respond to disrespect with silence. You're not trying to get their agreement, approval, or understanding. This scares them because it shows how badly they need approval from other people. Your silence makes their fears shine through like a mirror. Jung learned something about karma that will make you never want to get even again. When we look at others, we see only a projection of ourselves. When someone treats you badly, it shows what's going on inside them. Jung believed in something he called synchronicity, which means that random events have meaning and bring the universe back into balance. Your silence lets this natural balance happen without getting in the way. His research showed that people who can handle being disrespected have a secret. It has to do with focusing on the inside. While other people waste their energy on fights with other people, you discover your true power by becoming more aware of yourself. That's why silence isn't just a reaction. It changes things. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances, Jung said as the ultimate truth he found. If there is a reaction, both are changed. But when you choose to be quiet instead of reacting, their poison doesn't change you. They are instead forced to change, often by the things that happen to them because of what they do. Who has fully realized that history is not written in thick books, but lives in our very blood? Jung also asked, you're not being passive when you're silent. You're choosing to change the past. While others keep doing things that are bad for them, you're making a new story. Jung's last insight shows why success is the best way to deal with any disrespect. There is no intellect involved in making something new. Instead, the play instinct acts out of a deep-seated need. Working from this inner need is what you do when you use the energy you might waste on reactions to make something amazing. Your success is now guaranteed. Why? You've done something that very few people have ever done. You've become your whole, authentic self through what Jung called the sacred and often painful journey of individuation. You're no longer looking for approval. No longer are you hiding behind masks to fit in with people who have lost themselves. Your outside life is now in line with your inner truth. And that harmony, that alignment is power. That power will decide your fate. Jung asked himself, what myth am I living? Not your job or what other people think of you, but the story your soul is telling through your life. People who treated you badly, didn't think much of you, or threw you away aren't bad guys. They're just living smaller myths based on chaos, fear, lack, and betrayal of self. They are stuck, which shows in their anger and defensiveness. They don't want to face their weakness, but your strength makes them think of it. But you're living out the story of the phoenix. It wasn't the end after every insult, betrayal, or failure. They were fire. You used that fire. You got up, not burned. Now you can't be hurt. Not because you're above it, but because you've been through it, taken responsibility for it, and let it shape you. They should stay in their small world echo chamber. Let them wonder why the things they say about you hit you hard but don't break you. Let them whisper, make fun of, and yell. It doesn't matter because they were never really against you. They were battling a part of themselves that they couldn't get away from. What about you? You were stuck on changing and becoming the person you were meant to be that you didn't even notice the war. You were busy living out the story you came here to write. Thanks for being there for me on this journey. If the message today spoke to you or helped you see your own story more clearly, please subscribe and share this video with someone who needs to hear it.